Hi everyone, it's Professor Clark, and in this lecture we're going to talk about the accusative of time, which sounds like, I don't know, the title to next year's Booker Prize winner, but is actually just our grammar topic for today. And the good news is that this is mostly stuff that you already know. It's all case endings that you already know, and it's mostly constructions that you already know. We're just going to put them together into kind of a short conceptual whole. So let's start with a quick overview of what the accusative means in time expressions. A number of time expressions use the accusative case, and in general, that indicates that you are doing something during or for that unit of time. It's some kind of sustained action during or for that unit of time. And so for an example, let's look at каждый, which we've already learned. It means every. And as we learned with, every Monday, every Tuesday, to say you do something every unit of time, you use каждый plus the unit of time, and both are in the accusative. So, like I said, we learned каждый понедельник, every Monday, каждую среду, every Wednesday, and we can do this with other units of time. So, for example, каждый год, every year, каждый месяц, every month. Каждую неделю, every week, каждый день, every day, каждый час, every hour. And there's no preposition, you just do каждый plus the unit of time, put them both in the accusative, and that means that you do something every unit of time. We also use the accusative without any prepositions if we want to indicate that we spent a certain amount of time doing something. And we often use this with the modifiers весь, all, and целый, a whole or the whole. So if we did something all day or the whole day, we would put that in the accusative. And some examples are Я всю ночь занималась в библиотеке. I studied in the library all night. Don't do that. It's a terrible idea. You will not do better on your exams if you do that. However, as a grammatical example, it's excellent because we see всю ночь is in the accusative of time. I did it for all night. I did it all night. Or Я целый день работал без перерыва. I worked the whole day without a break. Я целую неделю работала над этой курсовой работой. I worked the whole week on this term paper. Or Я весь месяц писал это essay. I wrote this essay all month. Or Я целый год жила в России. I lived in Russia for a whole year. And in English, we might say for that unit of time, but in Russian you don't. You just put the unit of time in the accusative case, and there's no preposition, whether it's all or the whole, or you could possibly do it without those, but normally you're going to do it with those modifiers all or the whole. Я всю ночь, я целый день, я целую неделю, я весь год, so on and so forth. And this is something we already know, but we're looking at it again. If we have v plus the accusative for a unit of time, it means that action is taking place on that specific time, so on that specific day of the week or hour of the day. And we normally use it with days of the week and hours of the day. As you remember, we already learned в понедельник on Monday, во вторник on Tuesday, в среду on Wednesday, and so on and so forth. We also use this with clock time to indicate hours of the day. So, в час at 1 o'clock, в 2 часа at 2 o'clock, в 3 часа at 3 o'clock, в 5 часов at 5 o'clock. And there are a couple of things to note here. First of all, 1 o'clock is just час. We don't use a number with it, we just use the word час. So, час, it means 1 o'clock here, and в час is at 1 o'clock. And then if we have some number higher than 1, if we have 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and so on and so forth, the number itself will be in the accusative, which is going to be the same as the nominative, but the word час, which means hour, literally, will be in the appropriate form of the genitive. So 2, 3, 4 часа, 5, 6, 7 часов, in the appropriate form of the genitive. This last construction is a little more complicated. It's actually really straightforward to use once you figure it out, but it's kind of complicated to explain. So this is when we say that you do something X number of times per unit of time. And it's confusing in English because our word time means both RUS in Russian and время in Russian, whereas Russian distinguishes between RUS and время. For English, those are the same word, time. But examples in English of this construction would be once a week, twice a week, once a day, twice a day, 3 times a week, 4 times a week, 5 times a month, 10 times a month, 6 times a year, that kind of stuff. So that kind of construction. And in Russian, the basic construction is the word раз, which means time, as in 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, in the correct form, which we'll talk about in a moment, plus v, plus the accusative of whatever unit of time you're talking about. So раз в год means once a year. Раз в месяц means once a month. Раз в неделю means once a week, and раз в день means once a day. Раз is a little bit tricky to use, or actually it's really straightforward to use, but you have to remember that the genitive plural is the same as the nominative singular. So there are a handful of words in Russian, including раз, time, глаз, eye, человек, person, and солдат, soldier, in which the genitive plural is the same as the nominative singular. So 1 time is раз. Just like with час, you don't add the number, you just say раз to mean once or 1 time. And then 2, 3, 4 раза, genitive singular, and then 5 раз. So we could say, for example, у меня русский язык 4 раза в неделю. I have Russian 4 times a week. У меня физика 3 раза в неделю. I have physics 3 times a week. And so on and so forth. And that is it for this little overview of the accusative of time. Like I said, most of it is stuff you already know. It's pretty straightforward. You just want to remember the correct constructions for each meaning. Hope that was helpful, and talk to you later.